soon as possible. We're out local spot again, carp fishing, cat fishing. See who we got in here already. We got Bulk in the door. Welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. You guys get yourselves situated. And I'm going to get some bait out in the water. Just got here. Gonna get the creek chub. Start with the creek chub this morning. On the center rod's gonna be our catfish rod. Got a relatively small circle hook, probably 3 or 4, I would imagine. Want to make sure I have enough hook exposed here. Got maybe 18 inches up to a egg weight sliding. Let's get it out. For the carp rods, we got our pack bait. Get that out. Got the pack bait set up down to a hair rig with some fake floating corn. One more to go. I like to bury my hook into the pack bait just like that. But the corn on the hair rig kind of floats out like this. I think that's important. I don't know. To get the net set up. Sometimes it happens fast. Might look like I crossed lines there, but the middle rod, she's actually getting some taps. Look at that. Oh yeah. That's not good. Getting some taps on the center rod. Could be a bass. Have to keep an eye on that one. We got temps right around the freezing mark. It's going to really warm up today. You have the live set for 12 hours time. What does that mean? Bulk, what do you mean? I have it set for 12 hours time. What am I doing this week? Jacking up my lives. Chris, welcome in. Welcome in. Polar Bear Chad, 66 here. 55 with an asterisk. Yeah, we're at 35, but it's supposed to get near 60, I believe. I think it's light enough. I don't need the lights on. Feel free to share your links out, guys. It's only gotten about an hour before I got to go to work. Stinks. Missed some of the best fishing. These morning lives, they always bite right as I need to pack up, especially in the wintertime. What you guys up to? How's your local waters looking like? Everything starting to wake up a little bit? Are you still in the deep winter where you are? Stephen Merchant, welcome in. Bulk, Stephen and Bulk, two awesome members on the channel. Appreciate you guys for being members. Cat box cleaned out. Yeah, I know that. We got 3 of those rascals. I'll tell you, I'm not going to let that middle rod go long before checking it, because that got a hit when I was over there immediately, and then I had a few taps. I just want to make sure it wasn't stripped right away. There are muskie in here. There's largemouth, smallmouth, and carp, and a few channel cats. Though it's been a while since I've confirmed that there's channel cats in here. I would love to catch a channel out of here. There's so few left in this creek that if I did catch a channel in here, I would not eat it. I would not even think about eating it. Oh, I set it for 6:30 tonight. My gosh. That was dumb. Oh, Lord. Oh, well. No, I'm sure it's rising somewhere, right? Is the sun rising over in Australia right now? Bulk is our Aussie, our resident Aussie here. Savage Batman, good morning, buddy. I still have yet to make it to your channel, but I will get, well, I've been to your channel, you know what I mean. But I owe you some watch hours, bro. I'm gonna get over there. Oh, Savage, that's awesome, buddy. I appreciate you. 10:30 p.m. I hope you weren't up looking for me at 6:30 p.m. because that was 2:30 a.m. and I was asleep. Actually, I probably wasn't asleep. I don't think I got 3 hours of sleep last night. Let me show you guys the moon before the action hopefully gets going here. Still got pretty much a full moon over there. I don't want to show too much. I don't want to give away our spots. I'm going to really try to not give away spots so much, because we live in a pretty populated area, and those guys be stealing spots, man. They be stealing spots real quick. And I'm starting to fish some of my other holes that I used to hide a little bit more. So when I fish them, I gotta really make sure the camera angles are correct and I don't go showing too much. Skilled Core, welcome in. I think you're Californian, if I recall. Am I right? It's a beautiful morning. The birds, the first couple spring days where the birds just go ballistic. That's when I opened the door this morning. They were going ballistic out there. Get this way. Figure out what camera angle I want. Yeah, California. Sweet. There's Brandon. Welcome in, buddy. Good to see y'all. Thanks so much for coming in. We're going to be live tonight too for How To Tuesday. And we're going to be on StreamYard tonight. And it's going to be more of an open discussion. I always plan a topic. But I figured, you know what, let's try not having a topic and maybe we'll get more questions. We always try to answer either new anglers or anglers that just have a question on a different style of fishing. Since I'm a multi-species angler, we have anglers from all different backgrounds around the whole world fishing all different species. So I figured it was as good a place as any for somebody to come and ask a question. Fun Fishing Adventures. Good to see you there, buddy. That's Scotty, I believe. Hope I'm right. Yeah, you guys tell me what you like about live streams. I like watching live streams, but I also like watching long format videos, and I also like shorts. Yo, we got a super chat from Mr. Bulk. Well, thank you very much, bro. Bulk, I'm going to use that to go buy some high vis line. I've got the Bulkinator in the rack at home, which is an amazing gift that Bulk donated to the channel. We've got a Mad Catz glow in the dark 3.0 green rod, glows in the dark. It's going to be amazing. And I got to get some high vis line on that bad boy so I can get that thing out there. And I need to get down to the city real quick too. I don't know why it doesn't have a heart. It usually has a spot where I can hit a heart, but you've got like a dancing chicken on it instead of a heart spot. Yeah, Polar Bear Chad said there's always something new to learn, and it's so true. And it's funny, like when I look at YouTube, like I know there's a lot of experts out there, but man, I just shut off. When I turn on some channel and they act like they're experts on something, just like, I can appreciate it depending on how it's delivered, but I mean, I fish for a living, and man, I know you don't know more than you think you know. Like there's just so much variables, and if you think you know it all, you're not learning nothing, and you're not listening to nobody, so you're definitely not learning nothing. But like I've picked up a lot from like around here. This might sound bad or weird, but we have a lot of like Asian folks that come to this area from the city. They don't speak English. They hang out in like little packs of their own people, and they are like extremely good fishermen. They will leave with a bucket of fish, which good and bad sides to that, but we'll leave that out of this discussion. And they fish in ways that no one else fishes. That's how I learned the Sapiki rig around here. And I've watched these guys operate, and I've learned a ton of fishing from those guys. And I've never read it. I've never seen those techniques talked about or anywhere. But that's just out of necessity, They gotta fish. They're putting food on the table. See what else we got going on. Savage did a premiere last night. Board game review. Sweet. That's cool, man. What board game did you review? That's something I could get into. I don't have the patience though, but I want to have the patience to do more board games. There's so many cool ones out these days. When it's alive, it's friendlier. Yeah, yeah. It's nice to be able to interact, for sure. I like live stream. Savage said I like live streams. I think live streams, no matter how long you go on the stream, you're going to get watch hours no matter what. Yeah, yeah. I'm not talking necessarily about watch hours though. Um, but yeah, it's. I think what I personally like most about live streams is you don't know what's going to happen, and I'm coming from a fishing mindset. Like you're watching three poles, and I would never have these poles in a video for more than 3 seconds. But on a live, I'll sit there and watch somebody else's for hours in the background, waiting for one to go down, and you feel like you're actually fishing. So that's why I like what I like about live streams. Oh, did I see a rod go? No. Yep, enjoy the water. Yeah, yeah. As they say, Chad, pretty okay at fishing. Pretty okay. Oh, the Mousetrap board game from 1963. I actually had that game. I think it was my brother's. Growing up, we had that game. And actually, like I love the games that actually had like something to move around. I remember there being like an actual little trap or something in that game. Man, I didn't realize it was that old, but I guess I'm pretty old. Well, I'm going to try to shut up and not talk too much. I don't like to talk too much in these lives, early morning lives. For the members in the house, remember we got the members only merch giveaway live tonight after the regular live. I've got to figure out what we're doing yet. We'll probably give you all numbers again and draw numbers. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, sweet, Steven. Yeah, you never know what you're going to see on a live, and like, you can look at your own fishing past and see some monsters that you caught. Imagine seeing that happen live. Like, man, that's so cool. Plus, with the live streams, you're going to have the conversations with the viewers and have the interactions with the viewer. Yeah, I like it all. Like, I don't know what balance that I like, but I definitely like all of the different formats on YouTube. Like, I think if you're missing something if you just do long form, or definitely if you're just doing shorts and you never like have that conversation with your viewers. And I'm not like I'm not a chatty person in general. I'm very introverted, I guess is the popular word for it. But I think it's a good way to like grow yourself and have great conversations and connect at a deeper level. I had the one from 2005. Yeah, I think the one I had would have been before 2005 because I remember playing when I was like I would say like 10 or even less. I remember playing, I think, and that would have been 80s. So I might have been the original. I don't know. Yeah, that's true. That's true. is a good way to explain what you're doing when you're live. Somebody's got questions, you can go show them immediately. And I've done that several times. I think some people don't like them because you can also show people what you don't know. You can make dumb mistakes live. I've done plenty of those. I think I've casted my line off one time. I saw Stacy do that too. That was fun. Casted the rod out and there goes the line. Brandon said I'm the definition of an introvert. Skilled course is a broke freeloader. Oh, gotta be there. Cool, cool, man, cool. We'll have it wrapped up in 30 minutes. I got a lot going on. Might have some big changes coming down the pike too. All good stuff for the channel. But I don't want to say too much yet, but might have some big changes coming. Up to 200 followers as well. Sweet. That's awesome, man. I'm just over 200, but it took forever. My live stream channel is a little bigger. What's your live stream channel, Skilled Core? You can throw that out there if you want. If you guys have another channel, you can also share that channel. If it's your channel, I don't mind that. I think I know what it is, but might as well advertise it. Tell you, even though it's warmer today, like drastically warmer, 10, 15 degrees, there's definitely a chill from that dampness. Once it gets around the freezing mark, man, it gets damp. Yeah, all right, skilled loser. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. We're in a fishing tournament. I gotta look, it's either Saturday or Sunday, and I'm still trying to figure out if this is the spot we're gonna go to. But it's hard to judge because it's, 6 a.m. here, and I think we'll be fishing at like 9 a.m. So it could be a whole different story that time of day. I'm gonna move well, I hate to move the catfish rod up. So I did have bites there. I think I'll just put a new bait on that. Let me check the catfish rod because we did have a couple hits on that. Glad I checked. Look at that. Did get stripped. The weight was a little jammed out there, so there was definitely a fish ripping on that, but never took the rod down because it was jammed up. I'm down to my last bait here, so I'm gonna take the seashell, clamshell that Kev found, and I'm gonna cut this guy in half. Just gonna put the head on here. Speaking of savage, pretty savage right there. He wasn't out far, so it's pretty close. Pretty close. Pretty deep here right off the bank. I wanted a little bit further, but it's out further than it looks. I left some slack line there. I want that bait to kind of float up a little bit. It's on that egg sinker, so that line is free to move in and out. So I want that to kind of wave a little bit in the water. So I'm hoping that that moves around. So that, I think that was a bass, because if that was a catfish, unless it's a tiny cat, he would have gotten that snag right out, because it wasn't a big snag or anything. But something like a bass didn't have a big enough mouth to get hooked or enough strength to get the snag off. And it just kind of held up on that soft mud or whatever it's on down there. I have no shame. Awesome. Yeah, connect up, guys. That's cool. Here's the school bus up the road. Probably going to get Kevin. Maybe Lyle. Be Lyle first. We live at the top of that hill, basically. We're not far from home. Go up, have a look at the water. Start looking at other spots to set up. Like this time of year with all the, the floods and things, these trees move around, so I'm usually looking for some type of structure. Far rod's getting hit. Something has found the pile. Something has found the pack bait pile. So we'll have to keep an eye on that end rod. That could go down at any moment. With these setups, I lighten the drag up, and they will still bend that rod over real good if they hit it and run. If you see me fish like lakes and things, when it's so shallow, they will run a lot faster. Here it's pretty deep, so they just kind of go to the deepest spot and hold there. And then start, once they know they're hooked and you start pulling, then they fight hard. But it's a different type of fight. When you hook them in the shallows, they are just gone. But they'll take this rod down, and they usually will hook themselves regardless. Hey, Wild Japan, thanks for coming in. Nothing yet, nothing yet. I had a few taps. I think I missed a bass on the, we've got 2 carp rods out. Then I've got the center rod rigged for catfish. And I saw a few bass jumping right pretty much where I have that casted yesterday. and kind of had a few hits, but didn't get them. Not yet. Brandon might go fishing for the first time since July. And that's a long time. That's a long time not to fish. That's a long time. But it's getting good now, so it's a good time to get out there. I appreciate that, Skilled Core. Thanks for coming in, buddy. When I hook carp in the canal, they give me a few minutes of absolutely yanking the line. Yeah, Wild Japan, almost all our wooders here are closed till April 1st. Any water that is stocked with trout is closed, so it's really hard to find spots to fish, especially good spots to fish, because they stock so many places, which is really cool and awesome, except for like the month and a half where you can't fish them, which happens to be like a really good time to fish too. You know, the next few weeks it's going to light up for carp, and legally you're not, you know, people interpret the rules however they want, but I interpret it from the rule book, not from YouTube or Facebook. And I read it that you cannot fish any water stocked with trout in our state. So it might be a safe interpretation, but that's what I follow. And I've had game wardens tell me that as well. So people will go out there and say, "Oh, I'm not targeting trout." But yeah. Wild Japan. Oh, I read that one. Yeah, I hear that, Brandon, man. Hope you're doing all right, buddy. Hope you're doing all right. I hope you get out and have some fun regardless. Fishing's good for the soul. Hey, there's Kayak Dangler, UK. What's going on, buddy? Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you, I guess. Good morning here. Thanks for coming in here. Appreciate that. Thought September was a long time. Bowling season kills my fishing. Yeah, archery is the only thing that really puts a hamper on my fishing, and it stinks because archery season is in the fall here for deer, and man, that's a great time to chase a lot of big fish too. But deer season is when we put the majority of our red meat in the freezer, so that's pretty high priority to me. General trout season reopens March 3rd. Kayak Dangler says, hope everybody is good. I'm good right now. I am good right now. I'd be better if a takedown would occur. It's been, you know, we've been having winter here, and the snow melted. I guess 2 days ago, the last of the snow melted and the ice broke up. And then it's gone right from, you know, 30 to almost 60 degrees. But, you know, water lags behind air temperature, so I always feel like every spring there's a couple weeks where I get skunked for like 7 days because I know it's going to turn on. And I just keep fishing and fishing, and then it happens. So just waiting for that to go down. Just a couple nibbles, Kayak Dangler. Just a couple nibbles. It's a little early. I have to go to work in like an hour. Otherwise, you know, as I'm packing up, that's like the best time, in my opinion, this time of year, is after the sun's up a little bit. I feel like they sleep in a little bit in the wintertime here. Now, in a month, this will be the best time. Wild Japan asked if I got any if I got 1 day of ice fishing in. I don't think it was 1 day. I think it was 3 hours. I mean, that was like our safe zone. I think we had 3 hours on the ice this year. It's just sad. Oh yeah, yeah, sure thing, Wild Japan. Let us know what you got going on there. You do that. I'm gonna get that center rod, cast it out a little bit further. I got a real tight lane to cast it in here. Probably gonna just underhand lob it out there. Give that a try. There's definitely like a stump or something out there. I'm trying to get it right around that, whatever that obstacle is. I'm sure there's a catfish under there, I'm sure. I'll take a little one even. Hey, Beyond the Hook. Missy, good morning. How you doing? How are you doing? This time of year is tough too because they don't give away their location. You're not seeing the bubbles like you do once they start feeding in the spring and summer. And they very rarely have any type of surface action. So you just have to kind of go with your gut and your knowledge and assume they're there. So I found giveaway with some of the stickers I was given at the fishing show. Sweet. What fishing show were you at? Which fishing show did you go to? Where? All that good junk. Because I think you were over stateside there for a while, weren't you? Yeah, fishy, fishy. Let's move the carp baits. Let's move them around. gonna send it down that way this time. Just gotta make sure it's not tangled on the end before you cast. What relief. Guys, I don't know if you saw, I think I put it out on the community tab, but I'll have to share it out if not. Jeff Beal from Fishing with Jeff Beal is having a fishing competition locally with catfish, and you have to make your own rod. So you'll be seeing us do that. We're going to make a cane pole, and I think we're going to basically do hand lining for the casting part of it, and then rig the hand line to the pole once it's casted. So that should be fun. Should be a fun disaster to watch. Let me know if you guys have ever made your own pole. We've got one, but it won't hand. We've got one cane pole that we made a few years ago. We used for like trout, little fish. It would break in half on a cat though. This one we're going to go upstream. Lost the pack bait. Try that again. All right, set. I think I had too much pack bait on there. That's, if it falls off, it's either the consistency's not quite right, and I know that's not the case because none of the other casts fell off. Could also be that you just put too much on there, and or you tried to cast too far. Put a little too much pressure on it, it'll bust off too. All right, Missy, have a good day at work. Matt, good to see you there, bud. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. That's Matt's No Frills, No Mercy. Welcome in. Have a great day. I was in Canada. Okay. I knew you were close, Wild Japan. I saw a couple posts. I knew you were close. There's Sam V8. What's going on? Fishing slow right now, but I'm just I'm still kind of fanning out different casts, so I'm hoping we get lucky. These pop-up fishing when you only have an hour is pretty tough. Takes them a little time to find the pack bait, but figure, you know, I fished here yesterday, fish here today. At least you start getting some bait out in an area. Might attract some like a school of carp in here for later in the week or something. Masha, good morning. Good to see you. Hope all is well on the family front. We've got a little bit longer before we have to go do my other job. I've made and used one of bamboo, used 2 meter tin Caroline, and 5 meter mono at the end. Probably would not have survived the catfish. Yeah. Yeah, that's what's challenging, like with the catfish and not having a drag system. And we catch some pretty big cats down where we're going to be fishing. Even a 30-pound cat with no drag system means you're basically just yanked. It's you versus that fish. Last carp came on chicken. Yeah, I've caught a few on like some weird stuff. Like there for a while, I was catching a lot on chicken liver. And maybe I should try that because it was actually, truth be told, it was this creek I was slamming them on the chicken liver. I couldn't believe how many I was catching on it. And I caught the huge goldfish, koi, I guess it was. I caught him on chicken liver too. A different, that was, oh, center rod. That's the bass rod. Supposed to be a catfish rod, but I'm calling it a bass rod now, so I know that's a bass playing with it. That is a great question, Scotty. He asked, how much current is too much current? I personally don't like a lot of current with my pack bait, which is why I've been real hesitant to use it in creeks at all. However, like you're using corn, right? And you'd fish with corn, so it doesn't hurt to throw the pack bait out there. Just keep in mind that, you know, some of the jello will be first to dissolve, and that will certainly go right downstream. But I also think that is sometimes beneficial, especially with catfish, because I think that they start following the scent upstream. And around here locally, at least, I feel like cats, as soon as the conditions are right, or if they're feeding, they move upstream. So I think that helps. They pick up that scent and they will start heading up, search for that food trail. And I'm sure carp do the same thing. I don't see why they wouldn't. The breadcrumbs, Some of it will float down, some of it will sink around there. And then the pieces of corn within that pack bait will lay all around that area. That most likely will, for the most part, hold up unless the current's really ripping. So I guess I would say if you throw corn and the current takes the corn downstream immediately, that's too fast. The corn needs to be able to sink. As long as the corn is sinking, I'd use pack bait there. The theory here anyway in winter, I've heard a lot of carp anglers tell me not to use pack bait, and I believed it up till this year. Don't bother using pack bait in winter because they don't eat as much, and all you do is you fill them up and they're not even hungry for your hook. But I kind of went against the grain this year, and not that we've been smoking them, but we've caught some in really tough conditions, so jury's still out on that. I don't know. Savage renews his license in April. Yeah, here we get it every January. It's good for the whole year. So every year, January 1st, I go out and get my license. If I haven't gotten it already, you can get it a couple of days earlier. Yeah, Masha's got a if you're trying to grow your channel out, Masha does a live almost every day around noon. Awesome way to connect to a bunch of other content creators. So if you're interested in growing out your channel, go hang out there, and it's like any other business that you network and you meet other folks, and you sample everybody's content and figure out what you like, and man, you can meet a whole bunch of people there. Time we got here 7:22. I got maybe 10 minutes, about 10 minutes, and I got to pack it up. Let's hope for a bite. It's been really quiet other than that catfish bass rod getting tapped a few times. I haven't seen any carp active at all. Maybe that one time on the one pack, something was sitting on that pack, but not much. One of these days I'm going to call out of work and just test my theory. Stay for that second hour, see what happens. Then going on earlier. There's not a lot of spots open to fishing around me because they close everything down till April for trout season. Anything stocked with trout. So I had been going live closer to my office where I have to go into work Mondays and Tuesdays. So I've been driving down there and setting up and fishing till like a little after 8. But I got an hour drive from here to get to work. So I had to set up earlier, shut down earlier. But might not have to do that much longer. Got some big changes coming. The sun is officially up. It's just crested the ridge over there behind the white pines. Throw this tail piece in. I'm not going to save one piece of fish. tail piece of a chub. Get organized a little bit. Gotta make sure I throw that away because that is not something you want in the car. Trust me. You forget about that for a day or two and man, might as well just throw that car out. That's gonna go right in the park section. Hey Terry B, welcome in. Welcome in, we're heading out. We're just starting to packing up stuff. The last thing I'll pack in are the rods, as always. Pack everything else in, hoping for a last minute bite. Bring the catfish rod in first. Come on, Rod, go down. Go down. I appreciate everybody coming in. I got to get rolling. I will be live tonight. I'll be live tonight at 7 o'clock p.m. We're going to be doing our How To Tuesday. We're going to do it on StreamYard. And we're going to have like more of an open format. I don't have a scheduled topic like I normally do. So we'll just see if people have any questions or want to share anything. And otherwise, we'll just chat and hang out. But I thought maybe people would be more willing to like ask questions that if there wasn't like a set topic. So we'll see. Anyway, we'll just hang out either way. But I got to get to work, guys. Appreciate you watching. I'll see you on the next one. Guess I'll bring this last rod in. See you, Scotty, Bulk, Terry B, Sam, Steven, again. Peace out, guys.